Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the energy world lately, Westinghouse and their AP1000 reactor. But here's the thing, this isn't just about a reactor, it's about a potential shift in how we think about nuclear energy, global partnerships, and even the future of clean power. So, let's break it down. First off, what makes this really interesting is the scale of ambition here. Westinghouse isn't just talking about building 1 or 2 reactors, they're eyeing a pipeline of up to 91 reactors globally. That's massive. And if you take a step back and think about it, this could mean adding up to 105 gigawatts of new nuclear generation. To put that in perspective, that's enough to power tens of millions of homes, all with zero carbon emissions. Personally, I think this is a game changer, especially as countries scramble to meet their climate goals. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The AP1000 isn't just a reactor, it's a symbol of a broader trend. What many people don't realize is that nuclear energy is quietly becoming a focal point in the global energy transition. Just look at the US Department of Energy's $17.5 billion in conditional loans to support AP1000 builds. That's not just a financial commitment, it's a political statement. The US is saying, we're serious about nuclear. And Westinghouse is right at the center of this. Now, let's talk about the global reach. From Poland to Ukraine, from the Netherlands to Saudi Arabia, Westinghouse is positioning itself as a key player in the nuclear renaissance. But what this really suggests is that nuclear energy is no longer just a Western game. Emerging markets are increasingly seeing it as a viable path to energy security and decarbonization. One thing that immediately stands out is the diversity of these markets. It's not just about developed nations anymore. And then there's the IPO. Westinghouse confidentially filing for an initial public offering is a big deal. In my opinion, this move signals confidence in their technology, confidence in the market, and confidence in the future of nuclear. But it also raises a deeper question: how will public investors perceive nuclear energy? Will they see it as a risky bet or a stable, long-term investment? From my perspective, this IPO could be a litmus test for the industry as a whole. Now, let's not forget the partnership with Amentum. This isn't just a business deal, it's a strategic alliance. By teaming up with a global engineering giant, Westinghouse is essentially saying, we're not just building reactors, we're building an ecosystem. What makes this really interesting is the focus on both large-scale reactors and small modular reactors, SMRs. The AP300 SMR, in particular, could be a game-changer for smaller grids or remote areas. It's like they're hedging their bets on multiple fronts. But here's the kicker: nothing is guaranteed. As Cameco's MD&A report wisely notes, these projects may not all come to fruition. Some might stall, others might fall through entirely. That's the nature of the energy business. What this really suggests is that while the potential is huge, the execution will be the real test. Personally, I think Westinghouse has the right strategy: diversify, partner up, and stay agile. So, where does this leave us? If you take a step back and think about it, Westinghouse's moves are a microcosm of the broader energy landscape. Nuclear is back on the table, but it's not just about reactors. It's about geopolitics, economics, and the future of our planet. A detail I find fascinating is how quickly the narrative around nuclear has shifted in just the past few years. From being written off as too risky or too expensive, it's now seen as a critical piece of the energy puzzle. In closing, I'll leave you with this thought: what if Westinghouse's ambitious pipeline actually materializes? What if these 91 reactors become a reality? It wouldn't just be a win for the company, it would be a seismic shift for the global energy system. But as we watch this story unfold, remember, the devil is in the details. Execution, funding, and public perception will be the real determinants of success. So, what do you think? Is nuclear's time finally here, or is this just another chapter in a long, uncertain story? Let me know in the comments below.